Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଦେଖିପାରୁଥିବେ ଆଜିର ଟପିକ୍ ପରଦିନର ଫିଜିକ୍ସ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ଯେତେବେଳେ ମୁଁ ଟେଲିଗ୍ରାମ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲରେ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିଲି some of you were kind enough to send us the solutions. The problem with the question was ଯୋଉଟା ଆନ୍ସର ସେମାନେ ଆନ୍ସର କିରେ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ସେ ଆନ୍ସର ଆମର କାହାର ବାହାରୁ ନଥିଲେ। ତ ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଯଦି ଜଣେ କେହି ଫିଜିକ୍ସ ଏକ୍ସପର୍ଟ ଅଛନ୍ତି ପ୍ଲିଜ ହେଲ୍ପ ଅସ୍ ଏଇଟା ଆନ୍ସର କ'ଣ ହବ ଏଣ୍ଡ ସେ ବି ସେଇଆ କହିଲେ କି ଆନ୍ସର ବେସିକାଲି ଭୁଲ ଦିଆହେଇଛି। That gave me an idea that okay ଯଦି ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ଏମିତି ଆହୁରି ବହୁତ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ଥିବ। ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ଖୋଜିଲି ଲାଷ୍ଟ 2-3 years ର କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ପେପର୍ସ ଆଣ୍ଡ ସେଇଥିରେ ହିଁ ମୋର 5ଟା ନା 6ଟା ଖଣ୍ଡେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ବାହାରିଗଲା ଯୋଉଟା କି ୟା ତ ଆନ୍ସର କିରେ ଗଣ୍ଡଗୋଳ ଅଛି ୟା ତ ଯୋଉ ଷ୍ଟେଟମେଣ୍ଟସ୍ ଗୁଡା ଦିଆ ହେଇଛି ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଆନ୍ସର ଅପସନ୍ସ ମ୍ୟାଚ୍ କରୁନି ଖାପ ଖାଉନି doesn't make any sense and I thought let's probe this question see କି ଗଡବଡ କୋଉଠି ଅଛି and how our destiny the cutoff lines and everything is basically decided by some sort of clerical error or some sort of issue which OPSC is not being able to weed out. ଏବେ recently anthropology fiasco ବିଷୟରେ ବି ଆପଣ ଶୁଣିଥିବେ paper 2 paper 1 slot ରେ ମିଳିଲା paper 1 paper 2 slot ରେ ମିଳିଲା so this is how OPSC has been known to do things from time to time so I thought let's just probe deeper so let's start with question number 1. Question number 1 is about last year's Sheikh Hasina's ouster from Bangladesh. It was a very big issue. ଆମେ ଏଠି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆର ଜିକେ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆର କରେଣ୍ଟ ଆଫେୟାର୍ସ ସାରିଆରେ ଆମର ବ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ବାଜି ଯାଉଛି ଆଣ୍ଡ ଏମାନେ ଆମକୁ ବାଂଲାଦେଶ ପଲିଟିସିଆନ୍ସ ଉପରେ ବି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି which is okay because it was a good news it was a very big news I beg your pardon so let's read the question first ସେ question ରେ ସେମାନେ ପଚାରିଛନ୍ତି which of the following statements are not correct in respect of Sheikh Hasina who resigned as prime minister of Bangladesh. Okay. Yeah. So the first statement is she was the Prime Minister of Bangladesh for 2 decades. Let me tell you, this is a correct statement. Sheikh Hasina first 1996 to 2000 thile PM, then 2009 to 2024 thile. So this is 5 years, this is 15 years, and so that's 20 years, and this 2 decades is technically correct. Okay, so this statement is correct. Since it has asked not correct, so we can categorically say that A and C will not be answered. And tapare, the students protest against job quota turned into an anti-government agitation. This is basically correct. तो एठी जे देखंतु एठी या तो option B हबो या तो option D हबो and both rate 2 is common which means they want us to mark that 2 is incorrect but 2 is correct. If you see the history of what exactly happened in Bangladesh, let me tell you in very brief that Bangladesh civil service was quota was introduced in 1972 1971 war re India helped Bangladesh become an independent nation ତାପରେ ତାଙ୍କ ସେମିତି civil services and all ତାଙ୍କର introduce ହେଲା ନିଜର ସେଥିରେ ସେମାନେ quota ରଖିଲେ these quotas you can pause and see I'm not going to go into details because this news is now outdated it's not important for us anymore so the basically the crux of the matter is some 56% was reserved 44% was merit based a 56% रे children and grandchildren of freedom fighters ପାଇଁ ବି ଅଲଗା reservation ଥିଲା so all this snowballed into an issue ଯୋଉଠି କି students demand କଲେ କି ये reservation को ତମେ ଖାରିଜ କର she did that in 2018 nationwide protests led to the abolition of the quota system for the first and second class jobs via government circular. But then High Court in 2024 out of nowhere reinstated the 30% quota for descendant of freedom fighters. So because freedom fighters played an important role, High Court said nahi anko chua and anko grandchildren pai rahibo quota rahibo and so because of this again agitation start hela government demanded students the masses demanded that Sheikh Hasina should be removed from office. And this whole thing led to violent protests and many killings and deaths. And eventually she was ousted from the government, from the country, and is now is in exile. So this statement basically is correct. So देखो eight ही हम पाखरे basically किसी correct option हम पाखरे नहीं because this should not be an option. This should not be an option. Okay. Now, the Supreme Court of Bangladesh gave a ruling of 30% reservation in jobs for descendants of those who participated in 1971 Bangladesh Liberation Movement. This is not Supreme Court. This should be High Court. Okay. High Court is the one who reinstated this thing. So this statement is wrong. Then she is the president of Bangladesh National Party. No, this is again incorrect. The correct answer is Awami League. She was the president of Awami League. Bangladesh Nationalist Party was the principal opposition. So 4 is incorrect, 3 is incorrect. Answer should be 3 and 4. But it is empty kichi option 9. So yeah, so this question was asked last year and they gave answer as 2 and 4, but that doesn't make any sense. This is controversial question number 1. Let's move to the next question. Like you can see here, Bhatri, Bhuya, Desia are all analogous to what? This was the question. So basically these are languages or dialects. Then ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଏଠି recognize କରିବାର ଅଛି ଆଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ ବି କୋଉମାନେ are analogous to this. What does the term analogous means? ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ଛୋଟବେଳେ ପଢୁଥିଲେ human is to leg is to dog is to what? So this is to is basically analogous. Dog is to basically ଆମେ କହିବା paw. ମାନେ ଆମର ଯେମିତି ଗୋଡ଼ ଅଛି dogs ମାନଙ୍କର ସେମିତି they have paws. Okay. or ଯଦି ଆଜିର generation ଯଦି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଭାଷାରେ ଟିକେ ବୁଝେଇବି and mind me for being cheeky. Shahid is to Kareena is to Amitabh Bachchan is to whom? ଏଇଟା ମତେ ଆପଣ କମେଣ୍ଟ ରେ ବତେଇବେ ଓକେ ସୋ ୟା so this is the thing an analogy ମାନେ ଏଇଆ so you have to recognize ଆଙ୍କ ଭିତରୁ which are also languages. Now they have given the answer is PQRS. The answer key they released after 10 or 15 days of prelims last year. They gave answer is PQRS. Mane everything, all these options are basically what they are saying is all these options are also languages and local dialects. Let's go through the solution once. See, when I asked Google, Google asked me, bro, did you mean Gujarat? Okay. Even Google was like, bro, ये तूने बनाया है, ये कोई word है नहीं. ठीक है जी. This is the solution. Controversial as actual answer is not present in the options. The answer should be P and Q, but not R and S. And why? Let's read. Okay. Bagri, Bhatelia, and Kaludi. Okay, ठीक है. These are dialects spoken in northern India, particularly in Rajasthan and Himachal Pradesh. ठीक है. This option is correct. Chakma, Hajong, and Rajbangsi. These are again ethnic communities. They are recognized as tribal communities and distinct languages. And ତାଙ୍କର ଏଇଟା ସବୁ ଅଛି ଠିକ ଅଛି ମାନ but Awadhi, Bagri, and Bhagodia. ଏଇଥିରେ Bhagodia is a festival. First of all, this is not a language. Okay, this is a festival celebrated by Rathwa and Bhil people. Awadhi is correct, Bagri is correct. These are again languages. Then जो last option अच्छी, last option रे if you see the Gujrau, Patani and Ponchi. Now Patani is a variant of Malay language spoken in Thailand. चलो मान लिया. Ponchi is the Pahadi language in Jammu and Kashmir. मान लिया. But Gujrau, there is no language called Gujrau. Okay, there is no word called Gujrau. Maybe someone mistyped it. Maybe they meant Goji. Goji is a language. ठीक है. Maybe they wanted to type Gujarati. Maybe Gujarati is also a language. But there is no word called Gujrau. There doesn't exist a word called Gujrau. ठीक है. Okay, so basically this is why the answer is controversial. This should not be PQRS. This should be P and Q, but not R and S. Okay. Move to the next question. International Day for the Conservation of Mangrove System is celebrated on which day? Some of you in the exam hall must have gone crazy because from this scene from the movie that Damini, तारीख पे तारीख, जबकि not a single day is celebrated as the International Day for Conservation of Mangrove Systems. Okay, so this is why the question is problematic. If you see the answer is actually 26th July, which is designated by UNESCO in 2015 to raise awareness about mangrove ecosystems. 23 July, no. 2 June, no. 21 March is celebrated as International Day of Forests, and 2nd February is celebrated as World Wetlands Day. So they did design options to confuse you, but in the end, they failed to give the correct option. So answer is 26th July. So this is why this question again is problematic. Moving to the next question. Yeah. So G20 headquarters, global leadership tea stall, Patna. See, this is a meme I generated by with the use of AI. So they want you to believe that Patna has the headquarters of G20. And let's read the question first. See, this is not the G20 that we all are generally aware of. G20, the block of uh, nations, the powerful nations, which have members like EU, India, US, China, everyone. No, this G20 developing nations is basically the bloc established on 20 August 2003. This is distinct from the G20 major economies founded in 1999. Okay. So this group emerged at statement one. It is a bloc of developing nations established on April 30, 2001. No, this is incorrect. It was actually established in 2003. Chalo, मान लिया. Again, the question here is not correct in respect of G20 developing nations. So this is not correct. So ideally, the answer should be between C and D. But let's read further. This group emerged at the fifth ministerial NATO conference. No. This group emerged at conference of WTO. NATO has nothing to do with this. And why will NATO have anything to do with it? NATO is a military organization, US led military organization, which is why the whole Ukraine Russia war is going on. Ukraine wanted to be a part of NATO. They joined it, and eventually Russia felt threatened that NATO ro army ase ki Russia borders re possible, which is why Russia waged its war. Okay. So this statement is again incorrect. So answer should be 1 and 2. But wait, there are more twists. Headquarters of G20 developing nations is at Patna. So this is what they want you to believe. But no, it's in New Delhi. It's not in Patna. Why will such a big international body be headquartered at Patna? The headquarters are listed at New Delhi. So that makes three statements correct. Okay. Now, statement 4, the member states of G20 developing nations is 20 countries. Again, this is again incorrect. Its membership fluctuates and has been known as G21, 22, and even 23 members as of December 2017. So, this statement is also wrong. It's not 20 countries. So, basically, all the statements are wrong, and you are still supposed to mark an answer for this one. So, you see where the world leaders, I mean, where OPSC is heading towards with this one. So, world leaders finalizing trade deals next to Patna Junction, sponsored by Samosa and Sons Private Limited. Random meme that I generated of AI. Okay. So, this is a problematic question again. And then coming to the last one, which I had put up in the channel, they have given this answer as B in their answer key. But simple logic says a square shaped hole is punched in a metal sheet whose linear thermal expansion coefficient is this. Chalo, okay. The size of the hole will decrease by 10%. Size of the hole decrease karuchi. So decrease kariya pai, the basic thing that you need is cooling. Okay. So that is where the basic logic is. So heated cannot be the answer. It has to be between these two. And then one of our students, her name is Rojaline Nath. She was also a main student of ours. She was kind enough to send a whole solution for this question. So this is the formula, and upon all the application of all the equations, the answer should come out to be minus 100 degrees Celsius, which means the sheet is cooled by 100 degrees Celsius. But they have given the answer as B, which is again problematic. So this was just a small list of 5 questions, a small video on it, and how these questions are problematic. I am sure there are more questions. ମୁଁ ଖୋଜିବି, ଆପଣ ବି ଖୋଜନ୍ତୁ ଯଦି ଖୋଜି ପାରୁଛନ୍ତି, ବାହାର କରିକି ଆମକୁ କମେଣ୍ଟରେ ବତାନ୍ତୁ, ଟେଲିଗ୍ରାମ ଚ୍ୟାନେଲରେ ଟେକ୍ସଟ କରନ୍ତୁ, ଆମର ଯୋଉ info@udyam IAS ସେଥିରେ ଟେକ୍ସଟ କରନ୍ତୁ, ଆମକୁ କୁହନ୍ତୁ, so that we can come out with a part 2 of this. We'll also be looking for it. I hope your preparation is on track. Our prelims test series is live. It has started, and you can join it. You can join our Telegram channel for all sorts of resources, preparation, strategies, quizzes, and सेठी mains questions, mains answers ସବୁ post करे. Then apart from that, please like and subscribe the video so that we get more visibility. ଓଡ଼ିଶାରେ ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ ଏମିତି ଗୋଟେ ନୂଆ institute try କରିବାକୁ start କରୁଛେ, which with content that has not been seen in industry, in this industry, at least that is what your reviews tell us. So support us, and until next video, namaskar.